This is Milestone, and I'm out of Littleton, Colorado. This is what it takes to do what I've gotten to where I've got gold now. And I started about 5 months ago, and I'm just now starting to get quite a bit of gold that I've been looking for. These are some things that I use, okay? This is a gold sucker, and it's pretty much a medical syringe, but it works better than a cipher bottle, I've noticed, just because I can get everything out of it. The cipher bottle's a little hard to get all that stuff out of there. I use Jet Dry, that's for the blue wheel, the gold spiral wheel, and I put a few drops of that to keep all my fine gold in my gold cup when it comes out of the blue wheel. So then I got tweezers in here that I've gotten. I got a couple pairs of those. I've got a vial here, if I can get to it. I got a vial here, and it's full of BBs. I use these BBs when I put them in my blue wheel, and it's a tester to make sure that it's working correctly. These are my gold vials that I plan to fill. This is different, like this is the blue wheel extras that I have left over when I get done, and it's just sitting in the blue wheel, so I'll go through and save all that and then redo it all. And then this is jewels and heavier rocks that the kids like to save and stuff like that. Not really worth anything, but so this is extras from the gold cup. So when I get my gold cup and I pan it out, the extra stuff I put in here, and then everything I pan out I put in here. I use this when I'm taking the material from my cup into these. I put this in here, and that helps out. I use this here to dig out of this container and put into the blue wheel. This keeps the material nice and wet, and it's easy to get it all out of there. These are different buckets for different sizes of material. I use this classifier to get it to the smallest bucket, and that's the smallest material, and then everything that comes out of that goes in a different bucket for a different size of material. And then on the other videos I kind of explain the runner bucket, and that just runs back and forth. And then I have this blue wheel, and that separates the gold, and then the battery and the charger and everything. And then the sluice bucket, sluice box I guess. So this I got from the gold prospecting shop in Golden, Colorado. And then that mesh there is what I use when I get a whole bunch of material that I haven't ran through my sluice box. Like in the winter time, I'll bring a whole bunch of material home in these buckets here, and then I'll fill it up and use that big screen there as my classifier material. And then I bring this out with me, and that's where I put all my vials and stuff like that in. But usually if I go out on the river, the only thing that I need is this sluice bucket, a shovel, this bucket, and this bucket. This bucket will be for my sluice material, which is actually, I use that blue bucket, I take that out on the river with me, and then my runner bucket. And I fill my runner bucket up with material, I bring it back to the sluice, I run it through the sluice in the river, and then I take the sluice and I clean it out in the blue bucket until it fills up, and that's usually a full day by the time that gets full. Now I bring an extra bucket in case if that one gets full, I can start putting it in another bucket and then keep filling it. But then I take that material home, and the rest is done at the house. So really I just need my sluice box and my buckets and a shovel and a test pan. This little test pan here I take, and I make sure to test the areas that I go to, because you don't want to just start digging in random areas. I mean, unless if you can see that it's a good spot. Sometimes you can just tell, there's a good spot where the rocks are coming off of the mountain, good rain just hit, and they go behind rocks. But this is, here's a 1/2-inch classifier that I use too. That keeps the big rocks out, but that's about it. So This is my setup for gold recovery, and also my sluice box from the river, and kind of how things are done and how I do it. The prices of, I got all the green stuff and a couple of vials and a cipher bottle for $30. And then this mesh here, this classifier is 17. It's a 17 mesh classifier, and that is $8. And then that pan there, the black one, was $10. And then the buckets were $3 a piece, and the gold spiral wheel is usually $370 around there. Is the average. I got it for $275 brand new, or $272 plus tax, but it's a pretty awesome deal. I bought this battery for $60, and then $10 for the charger. And then the sluice box was $126 after tax, and that was a great buy. That thing comes apart and is just amazing. So overall, I mean, I've spent probably close to $400 to actually start recovering a good amount of gold. And if there's gold going through that river where I'm digging, it's coming out in that right there, and it's working just fine when there is gold in the spot. So I definitely do find it, and don't plan to rob me or anything. I do have cameras all around my house, and I do have a gun in my house too. So if you plan to try to come into my house, I have 5 kids, and I will not hesitate to shoot you on sight. No hesitation. Those are my kids, and I will protect them to the fullest. But this is Boss Stoney Mining, and we plan to grow and get way bigger than this. And I hope you guys are around to see it. And if anybody wants to come out and get a weekend on the river, you're more than welcome to come out with us and hang out with the family and get a barbecue, get some food in you, and have a good time. So we'll talk to you later. You can call me at any time, 720-838-9656, Milestone. And most of the spots we go are no further than 20 miles away from Golden, Colorado. So if you're around that area and you feel like you want to go, give me a call.